big fight, you can just like run down buildings so quickly. Phantom Lancer, not as fast of a building taker, though I guess you have the Dragonite to help out.
It is time for everyone that is just joining us. Welcome to Dream League Season 27. It is our first series of day number 2 in this group stage, and it is going to be Aurora taking on the side of 1W, an Eastern European clash. We love this stuff, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you all are ready to have some good times. Based on the drafts, I think it's going to be a fun... I personally think it's going to be a fun game. We don't really see Phantom Lancer all that often. It's a Nightfall classic. He loves this hero. He's, you know, if he's going to have an opportunity to play it, he'll take it. So here we are. Both teams smoked up in the mid lane. A little bit of a movement top as well, actually. The Crystal Maiden is up there.
And she's a good level 1 hero. Okay, they know well, they know someone's on the other side of this tree line. He's cutting down the trees because he's playing against the Hoodwink, just removing her ability to easily land bushwhacks. Okay, there is a ward down, so shouldn't lose anybody here. Nightfall actually trying to slip past to get this bounty.
Unkushi? Maybe he's sticking around a little bit too long in the bottom lane here? No, okay. I was like, you don't really want to open Spear on Mars. Like, you kind of have to go God's Rebuke in a lot of situations.
We come for you. We come for you.
Is it common to take W? I don't usually see W at level 1 for Terrorblade. I missed something.
I think he was worried about getting speared, so he dropped.
Oh, he just did that.
An illusion and put it in front of between him and the Mars. So if he did go spear on Mars level 1, he couldn't end up being the actual target that gets pinned. I think that's the only justification that
Yeah, it looks like more people are doing it actually. Just like double checking. Maybe it caught on. Because it used to be like you would always start meta, but then that really dropped off. You were like, well, I don't really need it actually. I'm like good enough at last hitting without it. And this isn't really a great reflection lane either, so perhaps the Conjure Image has risen to the top. You just use the illusion as extra damage in a sense, and to keep yourself alive versus Spear. And they did actually end up swapping, so Ringmaster did go top. Mira is still playing it, so I think it's still the position 4, but you're just starting in the lane up top, where Impalement Arts can do a lot of damage versus that Axe. And I think a little bit stronger of a lane than the Naga, like the double melee illusion lane top.
The Battle Hunger gonna get the first blood there. Oh, actually, Swedenstrong gets it with the blood grenade. A little bit unfortunate. He backed away specifically to try and give it a triple S, but I mean that's first blood in this top lane for the side of 1W, and I don't know if it necessarily gets easier. I wonder if they also wanted the Naga Siren into the Crystal Maiden, right? Because she can just dispel Frostbite.
True, that could be another use for it. Same with Reflection, actually, when that comes out. You can remove it from yourself, but Mars can't. Like, you can't do anything to actually help the Mars. So if they are able to focus on him, they could maybe still get a kill. That said, he's a pretty tanky offlaner who can spear you away.
Yeah, you just run at the Crystal Maiden, right, with the illusions. I feel like that's the idea, is like Ollie is so tanky that like Crystal Maiden can't do much about this hero. I think that like Aurora is taking the approach of, you know, we might not, it's going to make maybe their safe lane a little bit more difficult, but at least now Tokyo is not going to get completely shut out in this lane, because CM and a Terrorblade, and Maya's, it does seem like those two should just eat a Mars alive. Mira, again, just taking so much damage over time here, trying to get under the tower, but the Battle Hunger secures another one.
2 points in the Battle Hunger, paying off. All that damage ticking down. Ringmaster has good attack damage, but the animation's a little slow, so it's kind of tough to get the deny to remove it.
Yeah.
Got him twice so far. They're actually going for the PL as well.
I mean, that's a TP in. Mira trying to get some revenge here against the Squirrel, and he's going to get it. That being said, another Battle Hunger. Oh, no! Okay, good CS. Good CS there.
All right, they get the return kill at least.
Ooh. You know what? There's not a lot of times where you're probably like, please give me a funhouse mirror in the lane, but this is a pretty good lane to get the funhouse mirror.
See if that's enough to save him. There's been so much fighting up here.
I mean, it gives him one battle hunger removal at least, right? Like that's.
I don't think you can actually dispel it. You can maybe like dodge some stuff. Like you could dodge bushwhack potentially if you time it really well, but it doesn't actually come with a dispel on this one.
Well, this is why I don't play Ringmaster. I'll be honest.
Don't worry, I play some Ringmaster. You
I think
know
I played
the
him
cores.
once.
I know the supports.
We're such a good team. You know,
But
we
you
we always finish each other's
thoughts.
Thank you. That's definitely the word I was gonna say. Bottom lane, Toronto, Tokyo taking a beating here. It's again, you know, Nagasire's gonna be able to help bail them out with the deluge so that they can't really chase too far, but he's got double bracer. They'll be able to sustain for the most part.
I think they know he's a little hard to kill. You put the pressure in, but you don't expect to get the kill. That's why Rain originally went 1-0-1 for his starting build. It's just like, I help secure range creeps, and then I'll get mana for the whole team. And we're taking a little bit more of a passive start.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All right. Top lane with the mirrors. Okay, did get I think it was a strongman tonic I saw there.
I'll take your tribute.
So, gives himself a little bit more HP to survive and tank through some of the damage there. Mid lane's kind of going as expected. I don't think the Sand King like really beats the Dragon Knight, but Dragon Knight also doesn't really like destroy a Sand King, so they're just gonna chill. They're gonna go for the call underneath the tower. They know exactly which one the real Nightfall is with the rotation in from Rain. They get themselves the bushwhack. Lots of damage coming through, but not enough to get the kill. And now, in comes Naga Siren, pulls Lucius from under the tower, Blood Grenade is out, there's the Impalement Arts, trying their best to keep him alive, but just go a little bit too far, chasing that barrier from the Crystal Maiden, ends up being enough.
That was a good fortify. They almost reeled in the hoodwink under the tower. The tower would have finished the job there, but they made sure to keep that final creep alive to get the hoodwink out of there and actually end up baiting the Naga to go too far.
Okay, I gotta ask, what do you think of this new Dragon Knight skin in like the dragon form? Is it too much?
I don't mind. Conceptually, I think it's pretty cool, and I don't really think there's another hero that looks like that. Mira's having a rough one today.
I do agree. I think, you know, it's very clearly Dragon Knight. Sometimes I just am a little bit confused on why it's got so much glowing effects around it. But it's cool. The artist definitely cooked on that one.
Shoot. Emotionally, it means nothing to me. I never really played Monster Hunter, so it doesn't mean much to me, but I think it's cool. I love the Poogies, though.
Yeah, my exposure to Monster Hunter was when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old, and I saw it on TV a couple times, and I was like, this is a weird show. That was it. That was the whole thing. But it was cool. It was cool. We're just, you know, really picking on Mira here. We're already
I'll tell you what. This guy is one of the best position 4s in the world, and he's playing hard support this game, or at least this lane. You know, it's not his wheelhouse. And see, he knows. He's like, oh, why did we swap lanes? I am a position 4 player.
Oh no,
this is not my lane.
Production, how good you. Oh my god, brutal.
This is not where I meant to be.
Oh no. Oh. All right. Highlight that one, production, huh?
See, that's back to the regular old
move.
position 4 plays. He knows how to work with that.
That was good. That was a nice escape there.
With the whoopee cushion.
I mean, he was certainly dead if that stun connected. Then, oh no.
A little bit of stack stealing here. This is the thing with Sand King, right? They pick it. They know the lane's going to be a bit tough. Dragon Knight picks up, a couple hundred gold lead. Dragon Knight does not have the farming speed that Sand King has. So you just start jungling, and you cannot really keep up. Is this enough damage?
Dude, if Makoto dies twice? Okay, this is really scary. He just died in mid to this 3-hero rotation, and now he's back down to 400 health. He can't come anywhere near the Sand King now.
Fortunately, Epicenter, long enough cooldown that it can't kill him twice back-to-back, or at least not within 2 minutes. Otherwise, I think they do have the damage to finish the job there. Helm Bomb finished up top, thanks to all the kills he's gotten, and he got the best creep for this early game, this troll, so this tower should be dead, unless you bring... I don't know, I guess you need like the Mars to show up, but it's...
Instead, Terrorblade showed up. How do you feel about that one?
I think this tower is definitely dead.
Yeah. A smart move from him, right? Shove the lane bottom, just take the Twin Gate over, secure it.
Yeah, Aurora did not bother to bring the heroes up there. I think they know they have a little bit slower of a start. Nightfall. Oh, he should be okay here. Still got his doppelganger to get out.
They're looking mid lane.
Blink dagger.
Yeah, that's the blink reveal into the epicenter. Makoto will get stuck for the moment. The sharpshooter from downtown, Crystal Maiden. Realizing she doesn't need to cast her ult, but certainly will. Call to cancel the TP will be enough for Mira, and a dunk comes out. Triple S.
Add it to the highlight reel.
Yeah, he's really picking on Mira this game. What a blink timing.
It also works out pretty well, because I actually think Ringmaster can do a lot this game. The Shard has been nerfed, but it's still pretty good versus illusions, like the Terrorblade stuff. You can actually also reveal invis heroes, like the Sand King in his Sandstorm. The save, good when like Terrorblade trying to focus someone. He's a single target hero, and suddenly you can't target, you know, the guy you're trying to kill, who really picks up a nullifier this game. No,
okay.
It's not Mira.
It's not Mira. Wait, no, it is Mira. They're just teasing. Yeah, there it is. That's what we're looking for.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think right now, if you are 1W, you're in a really good spot. I think Aurora definitely behind where they would like to be in this game, but you are also running a Phantom Lancer. So you kind of expect to not have the best start, and you are definitely playing for the Phantom Lancer like 3-item timing and praying that when you get there, you're not like 15k behind as a team.
Which at this rate, you might be. Yeah. You know, I was complimenting 1W's laning stage against their first series versus Spirit. This is... I don't know if it's a step up from them or if Aurora is the step down from Spirit, because they do seem to be making some mistakes, giving some of these extra kills over to 1W. That is leading to this 5k gold lead. This is where 1W struggled a little bit versus Spirit, though. It's like turning this early gold lead into a true advantage to actually win the game. So let's see if the talks after yesterday's series have paid off and what they could do. So far, playing pretty fast together does seem like a step up. They've got Squadix involved in, 3 kills already, even though he's not got all of them. They're making use of his early blink, and they're smoking up again in the mid lane, drawing a line bottom.
They're going for the Mars.
Trying to get Mira again.
Well, I think they're going for the Mars. They put a ward down there knowing that he doesn't really have anywhere to farm, so he is sitting back in his like double camps there. They're gonna maybe try and force the fighter on the tower, like with the Terrorblade, and see if, you know, Squadix can go for a blink initiation. They do get the scan.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, you have to know the Mars is here, but smoke's gonna pop, blink in, stun off the mark there. They will go for the sharpshooter, but the arena is now out. Makoto will punish the squirrel, get themselves a kill, and now Crystal Maiden in trouble. Reeled in, does get the root, but a dragon tail into plenty of damage will cancel the freezing field as well. So they get the tower, but they lose 2. That to me, well, they didn't even get the tower. Okay, you jumped the gun a little bit on this one, I'll be honest.
At the same time, Space made, because Triple S just ran down Phantom Lancer. Has the Satyr Banisher with the basic Dispel, so Phantom Lancer couldn't get away. And maybe bottom fight didn't end yet.
Okay, now they're gonna get the tower. Yeah, okay. So I thought they were gonna like kind of bait in Aurora and just like pop the meta to sit back and take the tower, and instead they just smoke right through the tower and blink in so far. So I was a little bit surprised that they felt that jumpy for it, but I guess in the end it mostly works out.
I think the thought process is, look, you might kill our supports, but there's no way we leave before we kill Mira.
Oh god. Yep, there it is. There it is. They finally accomplished it. They got him. A minute later. But they got him. They will get the Wisdom Shrine as well. They forced out the Song of the Sirens. 6,000 gold advantage. It's turning up 1W. They are very strong right now.
These are things are pretty rough because your Mars is going for a pipe, which means the only playmaker is the Dragon Knight with the blink. You can get like solo kills with that, but so far 1W is just clumping up S4. The only guy who's on his own, I thought it would be the Terrorblade. It's actually been the Axe, and Axe is not an easy one to kill on his own. He's having a very good game, top of the net worth chart.
Well, that is a dead Naga Siren. Makoto does jump in, get the Dragon Tail, but you don't have the damage alone. He's gonna need a little bit more help. Sidestep on the Impalement Arts will save Rain's life. Toronto, Tokyo. Does he have a blink? Oh, he
is the downside of going for the pipe.
Yeah.
It feels bad because it's a one you missed. That already feels bad. Two, it was on Crystal Maiden, who is like an exceptionally slow hero. But actually, this game, Tranquils, Windlace, and Quickened Enchantment. So all of that paid off in escaping the arena. But I think it does show that Aurora recognizes the situation they're in. They're like, I came over here, I've got to like try to kill a Crystal Maiden. Like we are so far behind, we need anything. Because look at Nightfall, right? Like he's been up here, but he's being bullied by just the Axe and the whole team. You're gonna try to respond here, but I don't think he got the damage.
This is Crimson Guard done on Triple S. How do you stop this? They do manage to fear off the entirety of the epicenter, so Squad X gets nothing with this, but Triple S just standing in the tower does not seem to care all that much.
I mean, this is the problem. Ringmaster is a decent damage support, but he's having a really bad game. Naga, no matter how good of a game she's having, just doesn't contribute early. Wow, Neutral's griefing. 1W right there. Naga, no matter how farmed you are, does not contribute much damage. Dragon Knight can, but he went Blink first. So that's really, that like allows you to close the gap, but it doesn't help you do any damage. It's not like the Armlet, it's not like Mask of Madness type builds, which he does have the Armlet now, so damage will go up a bit. But these tanky heroes like Axe and Sand King, you just can't finish the job.
Okay, there's an Armlet. Blink Armlet is pretty decent. Like, he does have damage on the DK for sure, but he needs a little bit more help, right? I agree with you.
Where's that gonna come from, though? The Mars building pipe? That's not a...
I mean, it's like I said, it's that 3-item timing on the PL. He almost has the Aghanim Scepter, which is a pretty big power spike for this hero, but I don't think you fight with it still. I think he still needs to get to like Diffusal or Manta after that, and then maybe, or he has to just go like Diffusal straight Heart. Like this actually might be a Heart Rush game on the PL, because he needs to make sure his illusions do not die during the epicenter, or he doesn't die during the epicenter. That is the main thing.
Aurora looking for a fight with his pipe, but there's an Ags on the Sand King.
No, they're going to be able to find themselves the opening here. Onto the Mars does get bailed out. Song of the Siren as well. Sharpshooter does connect. Do they have the damage? They need to be able to hold down this Sand King. The Spear is their huge Wheel of Wonder as well. The Hypnotize will finish the job. In comes the Freezing Field, but Munkushi is still alive thanks to this Crimson Guard. No one is taking damage during this. The root onto Makoto, and Munkushi will continue to chase high ground miss after high ground miss, but another Frostbite. Great fear away from Mira, but they've got the damage, and Nightfall once again just beat down by Triple S. A 9,000 gold advantage, probably the dream initiation that you could get on Aurora, and it ends up being a 1 for 3.
I mean, that shows the damage issues, right? You have enough damage for 1 kill, and then that's it. Like, you have to throw everything at the one hero. They prevent the epicenter, so it's, you know, it's a pretty good hero to get, but Terrorblade is just standing there doing damage the entire time. And, like, this Axe is doing so well. Yeah, we're going to see in this replay, right? So, you stop the Sand King, who, he was 3 seconds off his ult there. Otherwise, I think he doesn't even die, right? He just insta-kills whoever he starts on. They held the song a little bit long here, I thought. Like, the arena is out and then the song ends. Here's the combo from the Ringmaster, so you kill the Sand King, and then that's all the abilities, right? So now it starts going 1W's way. And I love the fact that the Terrorblade is near the PL. They had 3 heroes near PL, and Triple S goes, I don't need any of you. You can go kill the other heroes. I'm just gonna run Nightfall down. And they're like, okay, we'll go get the Dragon Knight, I guess. And Triple S, true to his word, just finishes the job on his own.
I mean, he like, right after they killed the Sand King, he calls them, and they take 0 damage because he just has Crimson Guard. And, like, Phantom Lancer doesn't do enough damage to go through this, and Mars certainly doesn't, right? Like, Mars is not a hero that does any damage outside of his spell kit. So then you're kind of relying on your DK, but the DK spent half the fight outside the arena and was, like, constantly being frostbitten. So they're just really firing on all cylinders here on 1W. They're going to immediately look to take the top Tormentor at the 20-minute spawn.
Triple bounties. 1W winning too much, not going into their own jungle.
Wow, this went to Squad X? I guess a lot of people bought their shards already. Or actually, could have just been 1. It might. I guess it's just the Hoodwink shard.
Terrorblade also has his for the Demon Zeal. So it was between, believe it or not, Squadix and the Crystal Maiden. Rain over there, like, oh cool. I'm happy for you. Might buy his own now. Honestly, Crystal, I was thinking it would go to Crystal Maiden, or like kind of hoping it would, because Crystal Clone is pretty good this game. Really good versus PL, speeds up her own farm. You got 2 other melee cores and the Naga Siren, right? Like, they're just gonna have such a hard time navigating these fights once they go in. But the rich get richer goes over to Sand King, which, I mean, I guess you can't complain, right? He is your PL answer, so, you know, Crystal Clone won't be needed if the epicenter is finishing the job.
On the way to the BKB for Makoto here. Absolutely needs it, right? Just the low cooldown route is enough from the Crystal Maiden, let alone everything else that they're dealing with. Sweden Strong is also really farmed on this Hoodwink without getting, you know, any bonus gold.
You say no bonus gold. I mean, he is 6'3" and 6. There's been a...
Yeah, I just meant, like, he didn't get the Tormentor shard, you know? Like, like, imagine how far ahead he was without Crystal Maiden getting a Tormentor shard. Or, I'm not, sorry, not Crystal Maiden.
Sand King.
Yeah, Sand King.
Speaking of, they're looking top. You got the classic Hoodwink Sand King combo, but it whiffs, actually.
I mean, Song of the Siren from Ollie. Standing nearby. We'll be able to get him out. Ooh, Mira dodges the Coaling Blade. Huge. He's still dead, but Coaling Blade on cooldown for 70 seconds now.
You gotta find the wins where you can.
Absolutely.
Hearing Mira talk about his own play, that he is so harsh on himself. He is not going to be happy with how he's doing this game.
Yeah.
Right now, 1W can be happy with how they're doing. Still need to actually close this one out, though. And there is a little bit of that ticking time bomb, right? PL is getting close to finishing the Manta, so we'll have Manta Ags. And he's actually queued up the Scotty. What do you think of that, Ricky?
So I thought he might go Diffusal or like an early Heart. I mean, the Manta Scotty is kind of like a slightly more aggressive version of like an early Heart of Tarask. He needs to tank up is the main thing. Like, he can't afford to die during Epicenter or like a single call, so he needs raw HP. So I like the Scotty for that. But it's also on the side of like, well, you're still not going to be doing enough damage with this. Like, he might survive, but he might not kill anyone as well. So I think you're kind of just pushing out the inevitable, like waiting for your next big item after that. But with Roche now taken Aegis into the hands of the Terrorblade and a 12,000 gold advantage, I think they're going to wait for the next meta and just go high ground. Which it's only 20 seconds away, apparently.
I guess you don't have to wait long. Amplified damage rune, which the Warpine Raider's gonna scout out. Maybe you take an about face on this Terrorblade, go grab that. But honestly, on a Sand King, also pretty good with his Aghanims and the free shard he got. He's just... The rest of his team's not even near him. He's like, yeah, it's fine, I'll just go.
A good wave cut there, mid lane actually. Oh, Blink Call. Triple S, he does manage to actually find the real Phantom Lancer, brings Nightfall down to half. So that's what we're talking about. Like, he needs raw HP. 2,100 health right now, still not enough. If any other heroes are there, like the Hoodwink, like he just dies.
Yeah, I think Sand King was a little too far back to connect in time. But you don't even like need the kill, right? That was kind of just like walk up and hit the tower, and they got about a third of it. So
yeah,
they're not really under. I mean, there's a little bit of time pressure from the PL, but you have 3.5 minutes on this Aegis still, right? So it's not like we have to do it right now. So you see them backing off, trying to fix some lanes.
They're trying to get rid of this August Iron.
Yeah, they're trying not to engage too much. They're trying to creep cut with these supports, but 1W has dealt with it. Get the D ward as well. So now you can start pushing out the lanes again. Rejoin. I think Sand King will probably push out top a little bit and then just TP over. Though he does need to be a bit careful. I think Dragonite and Mars are hoping he does that, try to catch him. Good call from Squadix though, playing it safe. Just gonna jungle because he doesn't see enough heroes.
Oh man, that sentry must be just barely in range. All right, meta's up. Let's go high ground. Start working on the tier 3 in the bottom lane here, the safe one. Fortification is going to come out. But you have that Crimson Guard at the ready if they decide to take the fight. Axe looking for a call, almost guaranteed.
I don't think you even need to call either, though. I think if Terrorblade just hits this tower, like, it's on Aurora to stop this, right? Like, I don't know if you even need to get kills. I say that, but here he goes.
Yeah, Blink Call onto the Mars, instantly put in the box. Now, they do need to be careful. When Kushi started to take quite a bit of damage, I was like, he could just sunder a PL illusion. That's exactly what he does. Wants to make sure he's not going to put himself at too much risk here. They're biding their time. And Aurora actually gonna smoke up. Maybe start heading their way towards Makoto. No.
They thought someone was top, but yeah, Aurora's already gotten out of there, so not finding anything for this.
That is a butterfly done. Well, your Phantom Lancer now does no damage to this Terrorblade. That butterfly is a pretty massive pickup. They will find Rain into the arena. The spear is going to connect. They have the epicenter initiation to the back line right on top of Mira. It's doing a lot. The pipe kept him alive for a while. Strongman Tonic as well. He's going to make it out. The question is, can you get out with the rest of the team? Because Toronto, Tokyo in some trouble. No Song of the Siren. Squadix jumps in, a nice burrow strike there onto Makoto, but does have the BKB on the turnaround. God's Rebuke doing some damage as well. Nightfall still kind of just harassing a little bit here and there, trying to dance around the fight, but here comes the meta, the call, they get him. No escape from the Terrorblade at this point, as now a Glimmer Cape gonna try desperately to get them out, but they've got the dust ready.
Strongman Tonics.
Yeah, it's just too much coming in from these guys. I mean, that was actually such a good fight from Aurora to start things off. They managed to kind of poke and prod, but the pipe and Crimson Guard on this Axe is just doing way too much work.
Yeah, that's as good of a fight as you can ask for. The song comes out. It can't completely stop the epicenter, of course, and he had BKB, but like you still heal your team up, prevent the other heroes from doing stuff.
Yeah.
There was no meta on the Terrorblade yet, so he was in the fight, but he just couldn't do the same amount of damage as usual until, you know, he'd already lost 2 heroes. They still feel strong enough. He's like, yeah, I'll pop meta now. We'll still turn this fight. They're right. You know, you just don't have enough on Aurora to kill everything. So not, all things considered, you know, 13k down, not the worst result from that fight, but not enough to keep your barracks alive in that mid lane.
Yeah. I mean, this epicenter, BKB did so much work. I am surprised at how much they survived. The strongman tonic, the pipe, it was good, like you said.
I don't know where he's getting all these strongman tonics from.
Wait.
He's not having a great game.
Did he instant cancel song, or was it running during the...
I think it was running.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, they do get the Sand King, who's worth like, what is that, 1,200 gold plus for Nightfall? Well, you know, at least some of it. So, on your way to the, oh, he did end up picking up the defusal along the way. I think they realized you don't have time to wait for the Scotty. You need some earlier damage. And you're just gonna have to take the risk, right? You can tank up, but like you said, okay, I'm living, but I'm doing no damage. So you just have to take the risk. You have to buy a cheap damage item in the defusal, and then fingers crossed, you know, you're not getting jumped by Axe or Sand King or being hit by Terrorblade or the supports see you. It's, you know, just a couple things that need to go your way.
Second Tormentor right at 30 minutes once again. This one will go to Rain. All right, Crystal Clone online.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Scan bottom. You always got to be careful when the Tormentor gets finished. You never know where the team could go. Aurora steps back. It's grim, but they're not totally out of this yet. The Phantom Lancer, I mean, it's a classic, right? You gotta buy enough time, and he eventually comes online. Usually, if you had a better game, you'd be online now. You'd have like 3 to 4 items in this window, but you've been bullied so much, he is still an item behind the Terrorblade, kind of middle of the pack in terms of the his own cores. So not really having that great of a game, but the longer the game drags on, I mean, you eventually pick up the gold. So you got to somehow hold through the next Aegis, really, which we're about to see. Aurora hoping for a max respawn time here.
I mean, that's okay. 2 minutes, 15
for them.
Pretty good. So here's the thing, like, you are on a timer here on 1W. You have to start, like, ending this game, because not only is the PL a problem, but so is Dragon Knight. Like, you do have 2 pretty great scaling cores in the late game. They get the call, trying to finish off the kill onto Makoto. They even commit the epicenter, and he will, no, just barely gets the frostbite in time. Okay.
70 seconds dead. That's enough time to just start pushing in a lane and connect. Terrorblade never actually left bottom, so I don't know if they're all coming bottom to push with him, or he's gonna go top. Or maybe they just want Roche. Maybe they're gonna wait through this. Unfortunately, it will not be long enough. I kind of think you go here, but they're not really rushing it.
The closer this PL gets to the Scotty, the more worried I am. They do have a gem now, actually, on 1W, which is nice. This will help clear out a lot of the wards that's been placed from Aurora, especially defensively.
I feel like they could have just pushed bottom and have the rest of the team twin gate there, because they already did half his tower earlier.
Yeah.
You could have probably finished at least the tower and then maybe like the ranged barracks before the Dragon Knight's up. They're getting here now, but you know, Dragon Knight's up again at this point. So I guess they're just waiting for Roche.
I mean, if you think about their like average game time yesterday, we've still got like 20 minutes to go. So
True. It's true. I think Aurora was in a better spot in both those games, although they ultimately lost. I think it was mostly even, or they were winning, and then it went the other way. So maybe this is the mix-up you need. You know, it's like, oh, we're losing. We make the comeback this time.
Yes, yes. Put extra pressure on you. I like it. Crystal Maiden being the ward, waiting for Roche to respawn.
They have a Helmet the Dominator on Axe. Why is... Put the creep in there. Let Crystal Maiden go play the game.
Oh, Blink Call will catch the Mars. They get the Sharpshooter. The break is there, so he's got no damage reduction. No way to save him. And with that, they should just go Roche, I imagine.
I mean, you killed him right in front of the base. I think you can actually just hit this. For now, they're just sending illusions in. Oh, never mind. Terrorblade didn't finish the job.
Still has that Demon Zeal for a few more seconds. Blink Call actually manages to find the real PL, and they do get the buyback. An aggressive TP from Toronto Tokyo actually needs to be very careful here. This would be a huge dieback. They song in the siren. The arena comes out. Now they cancel the song. The call's gonna get him. He's gonna die. PL dies to the epicenter. The one thing we said cannot happen. The Sharpshooter takes down all 3 cores. The GG comes out, and boy, oh boy. What a game from 1W.
Yeah, they had enough damage on the end there to kill the...
King is a hero that's just going to farm around the map and just kind of get more out of it. But this time, I think Aurora is going to come out of the lanes in a pretty good spot. This Gyrocopter, more generally good in these matchups. And yeah, I have a lot more faith. I think it's going to be a much closer game number 2. So if you guys are just joining us, could not be at a better time.
Yeah, I think the side lanes look a lot stronger for Aurora, which does feel like where the game fell apart last time. But you still got to execute on that, so let's see what happens. Even though I highlighted some dangers for Kez, I do want to reiterate 0 armor Skywrath and was it 1 armor Centaur, though he does have a ring of protection. So near pure damage for Kez, who is all physical damage.
A lot of times, Kez opts for Desolator early in the game. I think he has to go Battle Fury, but we'll see what he ends up opting for. Like, you could go the Falcon Blade into the Deso, especially if you're ahead in lane. If you come out ahead in the lane, then I think that's perfectly fine. 5 hero Nether Blast, absolutely insane. 5 hero Echo Slash, but all they need is the 1 hero Stomp on a Sweden Strong, and that will be first blood for.
Add that to the montage. Mira's revenge.
Yeah, I think when I look at the Kez, like I worry that what you said specifically, like if he gets concussive blast into like Stomp and stuff, like it's gonna be really difficult for him to survive or sustain the lane, which is why it's like Battle Fury gives him the early cornucopia and the ability to just kind of push the lane a little bit. But Deso is one of those things where it's like if you're coming out ahead and you get a decently timed Deso, man, that's gonna be scary.
I suppose another part of it is how do you want to keep up with the gyro? I think Deso is still pretty good farming speed because of the way your abilities work. But I think the Battle Fury could help you keep up with the gyro a little bit better. But you could also say like, okay, I'm just not going to let him farm like last game. You know, we're going to run at him. I'll get a Deso. We'll play fast. Some of that might come down to just like how the lanes go. Might affect your build. You got some time to decide. You can check in like 5-ish minutes, you know, get that Falcon Blade, get the power shreds, and then commit one way or the other.
This would be a long run back to the tower. Nightfall in some trouble. Great lane repositioning, and with it, they will take the kill onto Nightfall. Sweden Strong sacrificing himself in the process, but I mean, you got what you wanted. Triple S still has the wave in a good spot. I mean, this is the thing though about the Naga Siren. Like, it's hitting. Yeah.
Yeah, the Naga able to at least return some fire, use the Deluge to try to slow, but it's even more slows than he can stop on the gyro.
Mira very fast on the Skywrath Mage, but Munkushi's got the grappling claw. This should be a kill.
Is under attack.
Bonk.
Also
Yeah,
add
this
that to the highlight reel.
Oh gosh, don't say it's starting. Here's the thing, right? The level 2 out of Kez is insanely strong because of the mobility of Grappling Claw, and you have kind of this Pugna who's able to kind of dish out some good burst damage. So if you're not careful, they can definitely pick on that Skywrath Mage. And once you get to the level 3 and you suddenly have that like dot from the katana, it gets so much worse.
This time Sand King having a little bit better of a start. But we saw in the last game, it doesn't really matter as long as he's not being absolutely destroyed, because he'll just do some stacks, he'll catch up. This time, maybe you can continue the punish, though, on the side of Aurora, since these supports should be able to rotate a lot sooner. Can actually help finish the job on slowing down the Sand King, who is falling pretty low there, but he's got the safety of Invis since he's won the Sentry War for now.
There, I mean, that's the level 3 right there. Centaur just pretty much dead as he pops the stacks. A little bit more damage, but it's not enough to finish the job, so put him at just a sliver of HP, but a good way to abuse that level 3 timing.
Still, while they were focused on him, Mira was just dishing out the damage, so
yeah,
it's the 1W safe lane that's now pretty low.
Dude, Siphoning Ward, bro. He's getting baited so hard from it. Oh, no. This was the... I thought about it in my head when we were looking at the draft. I'm like, man, this Pugna's never going to die if Skywrath Mage uses a single spell in a fight. And he just gets, like, 90 health when he just threw a single bolt there.
I'm kind of surprised he went for that. He saw the ward. Ooh, triple S.
Oh, it was a bait. It was all a bait to set up for a gank to the top lane. Nightfall, battle hungered up, taking a lot of damage.
Give it to Mira. He needs
this. Ooh, he'll get him. Yeah. That being said, Triple S does get the kill first, so he's very happy. Oh, that is a big courier kill. All the regen taken away from Ollie. Sweet and Strong likely gonna die here in the end, but he is gonna pull the full wave out. Try and get a little bit of damage done, but yeah, Mira's, it was all a bait, you know? Die bottom, TP top, get 2 kills, easy.
I love it. Maybe he'll head mid now, complete the rotation. Not that close to the mid Dragonite, or the Dragonite 6, nor the rune spawn though, so it's a little awkward if you head over now.
All right, stack check. How many stacks are on 1W's triangle? Do they have any yet?
No, Hoodwink actually just tried, but I think she was just like a moment too late, so it didn't stack the Ancients.
Oh, nice tree cut there. I mean, here's the thing, like when you're playing aggressive like this Battle Hunger just does so much more damage because there's no creeps for you to take it away.
This is a nice adjustment of the Centaur as well, since we see Mira's been top for a little bit here. Mars is kind of okay on his own, but he lives, but he doesn't have an easy time farming. Centaur can do both, thanks to the nature of this hero, so he's still okay on his own. Let's play a little careful, but...
We saw this exact matchup yesterday, right? It was Yutoro playing the safe lane Kez. No, Mira makes another rotation to the mid lane, trying to help out his boy to get the damage in time, and that means no TP available when he respawns, and the amplify damage will spawn top. We saw this exact rotation last time, but he died to the supports. This time, Axe was there.
Dude, the Mira montage is stacked right now. 3 kills, 3 deaths at 6 minutes.
Toronto Tokyo needs to be very careful. He's alive for now, but it's, you know, he's taking a beating. Raindrops and the Helm of Iron will give him a lot of regen, but he's gonna walk all the way back to base now.
This is a lot of damage going into the tower though, and Hoodwink and Sand King have also rotated over for the Wisdom Shrine. So if you don't bring a bunch of heroes, you're gonna lose the Wisdom Shrine, and then you're gonna lose your tower, because the Catapult's hitting it, you got a Pugna in this game. Are you stealing on the other side?
They're doing the same thing here.
Axe is
So-
here, though.
Yeah, Triple S is here. They actually TP
Oh, this
back
is
Squad
bad.
X, and Sweden Strong is now here on the Hoodwink. There's going to be the Amplify damage into the Burrow Strike. Ollie trying his best to survive, but won't be able to. That will be the double Shrine going the way of 1W.
Dire's structures are
It is not great for Aurora because these supports do need level 6. You need the Song from the Naga, and of course you need the Mystic Flare for Skywrath Mage, who is now 3.5 without that Wisdom Shrine.
And they got the bottom tower. Like that's what they wanted as well, this whole process. Mira, I think he just baited walking forward and placing a sentry. I'm not sure. Like Squad X got a little bit panicked there. But yeah, a little bit too difficult to push into these heroes at the moment. Top side, though. Looking for Triple S. Call down. They got him. Should be enough damage to find the kill. Doesn't have the call. In comes Kez. Does manage to get him for the moment, but unable to finish the job.
Radiant's
I
bottom
think that was a
tower is under
stampede
attack.
I heard come through there.
Yeah, gets his team out just in time because they all got a little bit low without that stampede. I think Kez can run somebody down.
Yeah, especially with the Raven's Veil mark, that would have killed them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Regent.
This is the difference
bottom.
compared to the PL, right? When PL runs at a farmed axe, you're not having a good time. But Gyrocopter has the ultimate to add in a lot of damage there. You can attack from range. You generally harass with flat cannon to keep him lower. It just ends up overall better for you.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, let's not show the first blood where Mira gets a
Unironically, I actually think this death is kind of okay because you see Toronto Togi is in a pretty good spot, right? The only way to fix this equilibrium is using that small pull. So it's like you die and yeah, you didn't want to die, but it's kind of worth it for the thing. This is the one that I don't. I think that one's a mistake that he's gonna, reflect on. This one's pretty good though. Comes top off of that. We're saying the last one's a bait. Gets the kill on the axe, and then they get the hoodwink as well. So, kind of recovering his game. Look at him go. Look at him. Get him.
Oh god.
Get God. Space making.
It's 6 minutes into the game, and at that point, he's involved. He has 3 kills and 3 deaths. Absolutely peak.
How does Triple S keep finding these troll summoners? Dude, anytime I play a Helm Dom or Summoner hero, these things don't exist in the game. I never find any.
You go to every camp and it's nothing but mud golems.
Yeah! Triple S has insane luck. One of the S's must stand for Summoner.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Skeleton Summoner. What's the last S?
Super skeleton summoner.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, he's gonna make use of it. Take the tower. So that's 2 safe lane towers, or 2 side lane towers already down.
He's
starting to
back top of
restrict
net
the map.
worth. It's only a matter of time. I mean, here's the deal. The Gyrocopter's much more self-sustained. He's gonna be able to just kind of chill and farm much more easily on Nightfall. He's not at as much risk of dying like the PL. And in this bottom lane, we saw this yesterday. The Centaur is not going to struggle against Munkushi. Like, once he has his regen, the Helm of the Dominator, he's going to go back for a pipe. Like, he can just sit here pretty much indefinitely. Kez will free farm, and it looks like he is opting for the Desolator, so he's going to play for a much more aggressive build. And with, the Skywrath Mage having a really rough game, he's not going to get punished for it, right? There's not going to be like a DK stun into Mystic Flare anytime soon.
This is still miles better for Aurora, though. I think at this point last game, they were 5k down. So massive improvements from that. I think you are in this chill period. You need that ult on the Skywrath. Just keep letting Nightfall farm up. He's a better hero for that, right? The Gyrocopter gonna have a much easier time farming, shoving out lanes than the PL.
Dire are scanning.
I like the Polywog amulet thing. I feel like that's like an underrated neutral. It's like a baby salve every yeah. Squad X uses Arcane Rune to just keep farming, getting further and further ahead. 12 minutes, looking for a shield rune topside. Makoto blinks to secure it, so Dragon Knight's Blink Dagger online. Not really the best reveal of it, but he's denying that to the other team. Desto about 1,000 gold away. So Minkushi, he can fight. He's still very farmed. Like, Kez does some serious work in these engagements, but it really comes down to who you can actually find. Smoke pops on Rain. He knows someone was over there, but instead they're looking mid. Mira, oh god, don't say it. Don't let it happen again. There's the Stampede to try and give them some space to survive. It's not going to be enough. In comes the epicenter from SquadX. They do get the Raven's Veil off, but now it's just 3 heroes on top of the Sand King. They will get the kill. 2 for 1. You take that for sure.
It was a bait, high-level bait, brilliant. Unfortunately, if he was having a slightly better game, he'd have his ult already, and that probably would keep him alive here because you get the magic barrier as you drop your ult, and that might keep him alive long enough for the rest of the heroes to show up. Still, though, you see them focus him down, which gives time for everyone else to show up. The gyrocopter especially, bringing in that call-down damage, which is part of why this is like such a difference from the PL, right? Last game, he would have still just been top. Like, good luck, guys, you know? I'm over here. I'm just farming.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised the Kez cut and run there. Like, level 4 Echo Slash would have killed, I think, Dragon Knight and the Naga Siren, but top side, a great blink stun takes down the Axe. They get the Naga Siren in mid, and they will look to finish off the last tier 1 tower.
You know who did the most damage to Axe? Mira.
Skywrath Mage?
That's right. Mira's revenge.
Dire's middle tower is
Get the
under
deep
attack.
ward down, but unfortunately there's a sentry there already, so at some point if they walk over, they'll remove that.
Radiant's top tower
Might be
is
happening
under
a lot
attack.
sooner than I thought. Rain in the area. Quick D ward. They're hoping to find, they wanted to set up vision so that you could make the play with the Dragon Knight, right? Just like blink Skywrath ult. But, oh, maybe you can do it on the Axe.
All right, 2 times in a row. They are very, very, very targeted on shutting down Triple S, especially after last game, right? He went deathless. He was like 9-0 at the end of the game. He's having a rough one now. And a lot of it comes down to, like you said, having a hero that the Dragon Knight can play around.
And side lane cores that don't get griefed when the supports are doing that, right? Like the Gyro has just been flat cannoning down waves and camps. Centaur is letting them hit him because he's got retaliate. Either way, they're still getting stuff while these kind of plays are happening. Or they're participating, right? Like we're seeing Nightfall show up to actually quite a few plays. He's 4-2-4 at this point. I'm pretty sure he had 0 participation in the last game right now because that's the nature of PL, right? It's not even a dig at the player. It's just how PL works compared to the Gyro, who can come online so much faster.
Mira smoked up behind his Dragon Knight once again. Looking for any blink stun opportunities, but he will not find one. Rain gonna place some wards.
Pretty far back.
Very
It's not gonna be easy to
defensive
find
ward,
that one.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to, because the thing is, like, you know, at the pro level, twin gates are warded. You know, most pubs you don't need to, but the pros are gonna do it. And which side of the like really bizarre wards they're gonna use, you don't know. So even though you try to sentry it, unless you're willing to commit 2, you can't check the whole area.
Yeah. And they just got the vision from it right there. They see the 2 heroes rotating top. They know they're fairly free bottom. They draw the line. We probably am gonna see a smoke here if they want to go for the triangle.
Actually, if you think about it, you need to commit 4 on the twin gate, because it doesn't matter which one you have warded. You just need one of them warded. So it's like, did they ward on the bottom one? Did they ward on the top one? How many do I commit to see it? It's a really tanky guy to go for, though. He's got the pipe, too.
Just a pipe, yeah.
Radiant
It's
structures are
with
fortified.
epicenter, you can probably do it, but you need the boomerang on Hoodwink, I think.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, not having as good of a game this time, but he is pretty close to the shard. Just needs a little bit more money. I think he's going to snipe some creeps here, and then he'll have it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They've been on the hunt for a while. They cannot find a target.
Yeah. At this point, I think 1W know that they're not like in the position they were last time, so they're looking for what picks that they can find, which Triple S, they're going to go on them right away. They need to help them out a little bit late, but there's going to be the epicenter, the bushwhack just in time to get the kill, and Axe will live.
That's a good bait. They sent Axe back first. He was pushing the lane like, oh, you know, I'm here by myself. I'm just Axe farming up. And they actually TP behind him, getting ready for that. Yeah. And it was literally at the perfect moment. I think the TP is finishing as they jump the Axe, which is why Squadix is able to show up with the epicenter so fast. You know, they thought they had the damage to kill the Axe. They need half a second more to finish that Axe. So if that setup was any later, right, that's a dead Axe, and they get out.
Rune spawned the bottom. Don't know entirely what is an illusion. Okay, nothing too worrisome for either of these teams.
You have the Crystalist and Aghanim Scepter on Gyrocopter, which means he's pretty much ready to start getting involved. He wants to finish the BKB, but he can start taking a much more active role. I say that as if he hasn't already been fairly active, 4-2 and 4 still. So he has been getting involved, but
yeah.
Once you have the BKB, you're actually, you know, you're ready to fight. Compared to PL, where we're saying, you know, maybe one more item, maybe one more item after that too.
Oh no, Makoto. There's gonna be the bushwhack. The boomerang, the damage, in comes Munkushi, gets the stun. He's got so much bleed on him as well. There was no surviving that one. And Munkushi is going to get his first stack now on that Deso, I believe.
A quick Naga kill in the jungle there.
Oh.
Aurora tried a similar play. They went for the Sand King in the mid lane, but unfortunately Sand King was able to blink out just as they went in, so you end up losing your mid and support for nothing. Should be... Does he have another summoner on Axe? No. So maybe it won't be the tier 2 tower, but you are in really good position to take the Tormentor as it spawns.
You also just have a Pugna, right? Like, this, like, he can just keep the lane fully shoved without having to commit any other heroes here, so... Yeah, 5 seconds to Tormentor. Kez not being there is actually a little bit of an issue, especially since he's your Deso hero, and you kind of need that to take the Tormentor, and so with this, 1W has to back completely.
I'm a little surprised by that, but Munkushi he's finishing the Aghanims because of the farm he got from back like this.
That makes
sense.
sense.
I mean, that's kind of worth it.
You 100% smoke and go in. They need to deliver the smoke to the Kez. There it is. You will have the double ult, the Raven's Veil into the Raptor Dance now, which is an AoE stun and like sustain. So pretty good, if you ask me. There are obviously other combos, but the double ult is what you typically play for on the Ags reveal.
Big wrap around.
Oh, blink stun. Managed to find one. Bushwhack's gonna connect. Into the call. They need to be able to, like, Centaur's not really the hero you want to initiate on, but you will do what damage you can to get on top of the Kez. He's just silenced and dead. Oh my goodness. Song of the Siren to fully reset here, as now your Sand King's fully exposed. What a disaster for 1W. 3 heroes dead.
That was really good positioning from Aurora. Technically, the offlaners meet each other, so like that part's okay for both teams, but I think Song is the big thing that you want in a good position for this game, and because they get all the information from Toronto, Tokyo, they know exactly when to bring in the Song. They use all the abilities to burst the Kez, prep for the epicenter coming in. There's the Song protecting everybody. At that point, you've won the fight, right? Like, if you don't have Kez and you don't have epicenter, you just don't have any more damage. Especially now that Toronto Tokyo is having such a better game, he's got auras this time for these fights. So they actually have a fighting chance here. I mean, they won that fight, and they got the Tormentor for, who was that?
Yeah,
the Naga Siren. So Now you'll also get some extra healing in these fights.
Yeah, this is to me one of those moments of like 1W was not on the same page. Like they're like, guys, like we pushed the wave up, let's get a quick Tormentor and back. And then the one hero that needs to be at the Tormentor was like, no. You know, like I'm gonna farm for my Aghanim Scepter, and you know, as a result, you let Aurora get in a much better position to take this 5-on-5 fight. Your Aghanim Scepter doesn't end up mattering, and you basically lose like 5k of your advantage. So it's just sometimes those are the decisions that can really hamper you in these types of games.
Yeah, I kind of get it, because the Aghanims on Kez is huge. Hold that thought.
Stampede, jump in, big burrow strike onto 2. In comes the Kez, looks to get on top of Makoto, does have the damage. Nightfall's BKB to try and escape. Should be able to.
Classic.
Yeah.
Radiant's
The question is,
under attack.
will Mira be able to escape against these Blink heroes? Absolutely not. The Desto is so much damage. Okay. It's a good response to this rotation bottom. And this is, yeah, I'd say maybe Aurora getting a little bit ahead of themselves, like smoking into an area, or just like going for a gank into an area without vision, but...
I mean, they had the recently finished BKB on Nightfall. They're going to try to contest this, actually, even without some of their big abilities.
I mean, Centaur can just go in with a Blink Stomp and maybe find an opening. They do see the Gyrocopter.
He's got no BKB.
They smoke up. They're looking for him. If they get the initiation on this fight, this Roche is over. Like it's just a guaranteed Roche. And yeah, they've got him. That is a very quick kill. Hit from Sweden Strong.
That's pretty greedy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's good to push lanes as Roche comes up, but that is on the enemy's half of the map. Your team is not nearby. You don't have BKB. That is what is conveyed in the tip from Sweden Strong.
Yeah. I mean, they know exactly where they are. Like, there's nowhere else Aurora is going to be on the team right now. They know they're standing there on the high ground, but this Roshan, it's going to die here pretty quickly.
Good scouting from Triple S, using the creep to even hit Toronto Tokyo to cancel the blink a little bit. Though it wasn't fast enough.
Long in the Siren. They're going to steal it. Oh my goodness. Kez has no health. He needs to be able to get the double ult, but will he be able to? He gets up for the moment. He just pops Ollie, getting bailed out by this Pugna as well. God, they all die so fast. I honestly thought that was like, wow, Aurora's doing it. Aurora's doing it, but guess what? Your Gyrocopter was dead. He's not here. He has no way to get in the fight, and you need his damage. I mean, he's dead
Aurora,
again.
Oh, no.
Oh, he has to BKB.
Now he's got his BKB.
He has to BKB. Axe?
The light Nightfall.
He's not gonna go for it.
I mean, they kind of did do it, right? This is one of the uses of Song. You go steal Roche. I don't think you invest that many players into it, though. I think you just grab the Aegis with one hero and you sacrifice, like, two. Yeah, you, like, sacrifice the Naga and the Centaur who goes in. The issue is, did you time it right to kill the Roche in Song, which is the hard part, which is why Makoto goes in. But because of that, you end up overcommitting and you're all in there, right? It starts from here where they win this fight, allowing them to set up. Like, they don't have the wards down yet that eventually killed the Gyrocopter. So it's like this play that allows them to set up vision, which then allows them to kill the Gyrocopter. I thought this scouting was actually
out right now.
Originally. Yeah,
everyone
like,
just TP out.
They got tempted by Kez, right? He's so low health. Like, surely we can grab this and then we're good to go. But that's where the Pugna, right, silent hero of this fight, just sat outside the pit in actually an aggressive spot. He was trying to stop the steal, and then ironically, because they came in from the other direction, they get the steal, but then they can't stop the Pugna save.
Yeah, he was trying to put down a ward to like break blink daggers, right, and hope that like they don't manage to make it into the pit. Mira, good silence there, gonna be able to keep himself alive. But yeah, that is. Whew. We're right back in it. 1W, very even now. Slight gold advantage, but
Yeah, I forgot. This is just the early game, right? Aurora, they went 2 hour-long games yesterday.
Oh no, Makoto in some trouble bottom here. I mean, there's no escaping this one. Plenty of damage coming out from these guys. Very good gank. Again, scouted off this ward, right? Like, it has to be.
It is such a value ward. You're gonna look for more. See if they can force the BKB out of the gyro.
Oh, Nightfall. Yeah, they got it. They definitely got it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, the ward game from 1W is crushing it right now. Not only that safe lane ward, but then they have one in that mid lane, a little up. That's what sees the gyrocopter to set them in that direction, see him dropping everything and BKBing, and they're like, well, mission accomplished. Let's just get out, give no kills. So you are good to go for the next minute. Like, they just can't fight you.
Heads up from the Axe there, thinking they might try and contest that Wisdom Shrine, so looking to maybe find anyone trying to, sneak in and steal it.
This is where things get a little funny when Roche gets killed and the Aegis also gets killed instantly. It creates this weird situation of like, are we waiting for 10 minutes? Like, what do? We don't have the we don't have the Aegis to play around, so we just have to play a very neutral game. Only look for small opportunities, and if we somehow get a big fight, then you can do something. But all your plays have to be directed at towers, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Without the Aegis.
They're waiting on BKBs for Aurora. The two of them are about to be finished. There's the first on the Dragon Knight. Not gyrocopters. I could have sworn I saw another one being built. Am I crazy? Oh, okay. Maybe he disassembled the gyro one and then like reassembled. I'm not really sure. Is he doing that? Can he do that? Is there something I'm maybe going on
For which
there?
one?
But either way, gyrocopter, like disassemble, reassemble, but I don't think so. He got his data list now. BKB on the Kez, BKB on the Dragon Knight.
Circling down here. That ward has finally died.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They know the Sand King is here, but not exactly where. Doesn't manage to pop the smoke, but they've all gone through the Twin Gate. I don't think Aurora is going to find anything on this.
Are scanning.
It's a good dodge. They'll at least set up some deep wards in this area. Maybe this one will pay off the same dividends from the last game, for the last safe lane ward.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's 1W's time to smoke, look for a play. They go for the 30-minute rune, just a little bit late for it though, but you might find Makoto actually. He does. Okay, cycling back to his team.
They get the scan. The scan is right on the money. They know exactly what's going on. They're gonna walk right up into the high ground. Toronto. Oh, the call! Toronto Tokyo's one that pops it, but he's gonna be able to pop the BKB. They're just jumping in on Munkushi, trying to get as much damage onto the Centaur as possible. It's not gonna be enough to find the kill, and now they get on top of Triple S. The call is there. The pipe is out. He's surviving for now. The Song of the Siren actually might be keeping him alive. They have to just TP out. They make it on 2, but the rest of these supports are in trouble.
Actually, only losing Ollie's pretty good.
Okay.
All things considered, that's actually quite good for Aurora, I think.
Yeah.
Because 1W had the initiative on that smoke. Aurora was split up. Dragon Knight was in the triangle. The other 4 were in the Radiant safe lane jungle. But the unfortunate smoke break, seeing both Naga and Centaur, you choose the Naga, take out the save. It's actually just an illusion. Now you've kind of blown your jump. Okay, actually they find the Dragon Knight. Now it's wrapping back around for 1W.
They know what's happening on the top side here. They are
gotta run,
chasing for these heroes. They have a ward behind them, so they know that this is happening, but yeah, Squad X gets the blink, stun here, Burrow Strike, in comes the Kez, and the chain stun will be more than enough to take him down.
That neutral stuns everybody, but that's actually good for 1W because it gave Moonkushi more time to close the distance, join that fight. Yeah, this play right there. If that was the real Naga, you just straight up win this fight. But instead, you get baited in. You almost lose the axe if he wasn't so tanky. And then the song comes in. If you could kill the axe and get out, I mean, of course, you'd be happier. But I think for being surprised, just being able to song, TP everyone out, like this is a good Nightfall here, you know?
Yeah, that Squad X epicenter nearly killed the gyrocopter from full HP. If he didn't BKB and didn't get the song and siren there, he might die. But yeah, this is just, again, like you said, a great chase from 1W coming all the way across the map through that twin gate.
Back in live, the Tormentor got killed again, went over to Squadix. So getting even stronger with his abilities, has the Shivas. If you don't have your BKBs and you get hit by the Boomerang plus any of Sand King's abilities, and I suppose even Decrepify, right? You can throw that one in there too, right? You're going to be deleted so quickly. Roche.
Crimson Guard in the queue here for Triple S, which great late game against the gyrocopter.
He also knows there's 30 more minutes of this game. It's going to be some mega holding, you know, got to have this to protect your buildings. He's just getting ready.
I mean, you have Daedalus on Kez now, level 20 as well. Like, his 20 talent is pretty crazy. So, I'm a little bit worried for what they can do. 4% katana damage doesn't sound like that much, you know, but it is 4% per second for 7 seconds, meaning every auto attack and every single one of his spells. It's like 21% extra damage
times 20 instances, right? It's quite a lot when you're able to hit, to be fair, right? And that's part of countering Kez, is controlling him up, which is why some of his worst matchups are super tanky heroes that are hard to kill, or people with really good control, like Bane and Shadow Shaman type heroes that just prevent him from using abilities so you can kill him.
Yeah, basically means that all of his damage, whenever he does damage to you, he now puts a dot that does 15% more damage every second. So you can see Roshan taking these ticks of 670 extra damage here, just because that's how much the dot is. Like, it's ridiculous.
Roche is gonna move soon. Dude, if Roche moves and chucks if he chucks Moonkushi into the enemy high ground. Okay, they kept aware of the time. They got out. Dude, that could have been so funny.
It's gonna die. Like, they actually need to get in here and take this. He gets the BKB, but he gets tossed away. There's all the AoE coming down. Where's the Aegis?
Makoto's got it.
Snatched by Makoto. Song of the Siren once again to make some space. The Sand King's epicenter doesn't really do much, but Moonkushi is still alive. There's gonna be the cart to try and buy some space, but he gets called instead. But Makoto jumps back in, gets the stun. They get the kill. They take down the Kez. A big mistake from Moonkushi. And it might cost them more. They managed to get their hands onto the Pugna. Good 4-step, but Toronto Tokyo should be able to close the gap here. Yeah, with Makoto. Dragon Tail into Stomp. They get themselves 2 big kills. The Aegis as well.
How did 2 Roche steals happen in one game? Okay. Moonkushi, I assume, thought he could BKB and finish the Roche, but BKB's toss is Pierce's, and it chucked him out of there to give Aurora time to jump in and steal it. I think you've got to let Roche just walk through, and whoever commits first is the one at a disadvantage because you get chucked like that. It doesn't happen often, so I wasn't even sure if he pierced BKB, but we have all learned today he does.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is the dot from Kez and the Battle Hunger was going to kill the Roche before it made it to top. So it's like, they had to commit, but you got to commit by not standing on the Roche. Like, you just have to kill him near the Roshan, right? Which is what Sand King went in and did. He like popped the epicenter and like jumped in and sandstormed like next to Roshan, and that was easily going to be enough to like zone them out. But when your Kez just gets thrown to the other side of the map, Loot wastes his entire BKB, and his Raven's Veil was blown earlier in the fight. Like, that is... Aurora is really lucking out on these Roshans, because the fact that they've managed to steal both Aegises while being down is ridiculously good.
It's what's keeping this game even, right? Like,
Yeah.
if 1W actually got the Roches, they could have done something with the lead they would have. Also want to shout out Ollie. These songs are killing it in these fights.
Much better this time.
Yeah, he is stopping these epicenters. He is keeping his team alive.
Last game, it felt a little bit awkward on some of the Naga Siren plays. But yeah, I agree. This game, it seems a lot better.
Yeah, last game I also toss up. I mean, we've already critiqued it to death with the draft. I think it was hard to have a good game last time. Doing a little bit of a base race here.
I think this is honestly good for 1W because Kez does push quick enough, but they're really afraid of giving the Dragon Knight the high ground, especially since they also happen to get the banner. So they have to come back to defend.
I'm not sure if you can defend this.
I mean, this is looking really rough. They get the call, the bushwhack, the stomp, obviously not going to be there. Just gets the cart, brings him out, disengaged, and Aurora cracks the high ground.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I thought that would go, which is why I'm surprised. Like, that's why I think 1W just goes for the trade. Yeah, like you just take the tier 3, and you probably can't finish the whole racks for the pace that Aurora's pushing, but you can maybe get the ranged, which is at least something, you know? Now you've lost your bottom racks, you didn't get anything. Top got chipped like a fourth of its health, which is like whatever, and then there's still a minute on Aegis, so now you have to defend a second push.
Aurora,
at least there's no banner for this one.
Yeah. Starting to hit their stride, right? Like we talked yesterday how this team was playing super late game. We're hitting 40 minutes. They're even for the most part. Like 2,000 gold advantage is completely negligible. You have 40 seconds left on the Aegis, and they really want to use this. Like, they have to use this. Makoto once again on the high ground with his dragon form. The nullifier BKB at the ready. I mean, the thing is 1W definitely has the damage to try and kill him. There's going to be a blink call. Sharpshooter is there. Actually just completely whiffs. And they will get themselves another lane of racks.
This is where if you had chipped the top, like the creeps would have pushed in sooner, and maybe Munkushi is trading barracks right now.
Okay, they actually hold it with the fort, and now that Aegis is expiring, maybe they hold, but it doesn't look like it. Blink call, Kez finally showing up, gets the Raven's Veil, but yeah, Draw to Tokyo puts him in the cart and walks away. They blink out as well. Yeah, this... It is kind of remarkable what, like, blundering Roshan will do in a game. Because that single misplay just cost them 2 lanes of racks.
That was pretty painful mistakes to make. Certainly something to reflect on later, but they're still in it in this game. Like, despite losing those barracks, it's only a 4K gold lead for Aurora. And outside of those plays, I do think 1W has been playing better. So... Now you're just on hard mode, right? You gotta play without these barracks, but they can still do it. Like if you just make it to the base once, you can finish the job with Kez. He's really farmed now.
Where's my fishing?
Fresher in the works as well for the Sand King. We've seen that be pretty game-winning in the past. Can't have both of them canceled by the song. You only need one to go through to finish the job.
I mean, you've got that Butterfly Satanic. I mean, he finished up an MKB like at the exact same time, so you don't really have too much value out of the evasion, but...
gonna go for this.
I don't just pop Nightfall. Oh, you blink missed the call. They do have everything still available. There's gonna be. I was gonna say there's the epi, but they're holding up. There it is. He goes in finally. This should get the kill. No, he gets the Satanic off in time. Oh my gosh, Nightfall's gonna live. And that's everything from 1W. BKBs and done. And now you're gonna lose the Kez.
Radiant's top tower.
You just ran out of damage.
That is a very unfortunate miss on the call, because if you get that, I'm pretty sure you chain stun the gyro till he dies with the initial burst. The epicenter did a lot as it came afterwards, but at that point, like, you don't have the boomerang, you don't have the other things going on, so he's able to Satanic and then full heal right away. That's looking to be the game. Even as you buy back, you don't have your epicenter anymore.
I mean, every single time you go for this play, it's going to be bailed out by the Centaur, and yeah, you just die immediately on your Sand King.
Gem on the ground. Everyone's too scared to walk in to get it.
Blink
one barracks left.
Onto the Dragon
200 health.
Yeah. That is mega creeps. There's not really a game plan right now from 1W, it feels like. They don't really know who they can actually go on.
Thinking if they can push this a little further, they'd like to win or at least get the buyback here. And 1W's trying to hold that because they don't want him to use the refresher money. You're going to have to buy back here, though, I think. They've at least got the ult again. Where's he TPing to?
Yeah, I mean, Centaurs can just go in, is the thing. Like, you don't have the damage quite yet. They're looking for Makoto. They don't really get a lot, but Squadex with a huge initiation on the backline. Again, though, the gyrocopter inside of the cart doing so much damage. Toronto goes in, blink, stun does connect, Nightfall. Does need to be a little bit careful now. Team is spent a lot of their defensive spells, and with this, they will just disengage. Like, all right, I mean, we got, you know, Squad X buyback. We had to buy back on Mira, but
you'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you just get Roche. It's 30 seconds respawning, so a little bit of downtime. You know, Dragon Knight probably has a chance to heal up here. Divine Rapier queued up on the gyro.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a. I don't know. I don't know if you need this, man. Like, even with the Aegis coming up here, I think you just go without it. I feel like if there's going to be a throw, giving Divine Rapier to Kez, who has ridiculous scaling with it, is how it happens. I'm not sure if this is worth it. As much as I love seeing them, you know?
At that point, it just comes down to the Centaur. Like, can the Centaur stay on top of him, right? If Centaur can put him in the cart, then you're fine. But if Centaur somehow gets caught out and can't put him in the cart, then this game, yeah, could turn over with the Divine Rapier.
You get the double saves with the song and the cart. We'll see if it's enough, because he has bought it.
Kez needs his 25 so bad.
It's quite a ways away.
Yeah.
Then again, in these late game fights, you get so much XP for a big kill, so he might get it in the middle of a fight. All right, the ultimate twist will be Aurora having this Roshan stolen from them. And then 1W wins.
Oh my god, can you imagine, actually?
That'd be insane, but there's no contest on this. The benefit of Megas, right? You can't really posture for long.
Technically, they snatched every Aegis, so there's no roar to
That's
like
true.
alert them.
That is true.
Centaur, yeah, it would be a great kill if they can, but that's a very tanky boy. Makoto's in deep. Mukushi will go ahead and get the Raptor Dance off, but has to leave immediately. The damage from the gyro is too much. A huge epicenter onto 3, but your team's dead. He's got a Satanic. It doesn't matter. That's 4 dead. GG's are out. We're going to a game 3.
Every win matters in this event. So Aurora going to be happy to pick that one up.
Insane. So I am super excited So if you guys wanted a fun game of Dota, we finally have a good draft here from both teams, doing something new, something fresh. The 4th position, Ricky, which has been unpicked and unbanned for tournament after tournament. We're going to see the Venomancer carry, something we don't see all that often. A Huskar 24th pick for the mid lane. It's this draft, this game, it's going to deliver a little bit of everything. So let's go, baby. 1W versus Aurora. Zach, what are you feeling, man?
Dude, do you think you show this draft to the analysts on the mainstream and they go, yeah, this is a good draft right here. This is a fun draft. This is a hype draft.
They're actually looking at it on the mainstream right now, ironically. They're literally pulling up the draft on mainstream and they're like, wait, what? What's going on over here?
This is finally someone's playing Ricky.
Yeah, this is sick. I'm a big fan. I don't think Ricky is a good hero, I'll be honest. He is going to go Exterminator, which the Exterminator facet allows you to reliably scale into the mid game because you can actually kill creeps with Tricks of the Trade. Otherwise, this hero, I think he takes like 11 auto attacks to kill a creep, and so that's fun if you're a support and you have no farming, you have no wave clear or anything, so you have to go Exterminator.
And died with honor.
The other facet's not bad though, I'll be honest. I feel like if you can reliably kill couriers, if you use your first ward to like scout couriers and just kind of run around, kill them and de-ward, you can get some decent XP off of them, but this is gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, we already see Mira in the bottom lane doing some tricks, body blocking that first wave, making sure the small camp's blocked. He knows he's not a strong laner, so you just got to do whatever you can to bring it back towards your own tower, and that's where Centaur can manage on his own. Mid lane, this is not the easiest for Huskar. I mean, Queen of Pain is ranged, so it's not the usual melee abuse you get to do, especially once you hit 6 and has the pure damage on Sonic Wave. That's where your Berserker's Blood does not keep you alive as much as you would like. Pay no attention to that giant purple thing on the screen.
What the heck was that?
Game's in beta. Don't worry about it. It's confused. Yeah. It's like, I think there's a Ricky in this game and a Venomancer carry. This was not supposed to happen. I don't know how to handle this. And
simulation's falling apart.
This was only meant for pubs. The pros were not supposed to do this.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think this is going to be super fun.
All right, both lanes doing some alternate equilibrium stuff. Ooh, bottom, not enough damage or control to actually stop that. But you do get a quick TP. He doesn't mind too much since there is creep dragging going on from the Ricky.
Yeah.
As Sweden Strong does the same topside. So this might just be a very farm-heavy game. Well, I say that. Everyone's focused on farming. Everyone's getting less farm than usual because you just keep denying creep waves from each other.
Yeah.
Everyone gets something.
Mid lane is going to start tipping in favor of Squad X. Once you have level 3, the 2 points in the passive, this is where like you can just kind of walk at the Queen of Pain and just hit those burning speed. Yeah, he actually just denies the water rune because he that much does not want to play around with health. So Queen of Pain is just going to be dragging waves at this point to try and do her best to avoid the Huskar.
I was only slightly processing what you were saying because I unmuted the mainstream to hear their responses.
Up there.
Oh, that's
first
so
blood for
close.
Squad X. I mean, again, this is exactly what I was saying. I was like, you just get the level 2 passive and you suddenly have so much damage output against the Queen of Pain, and he tried his best, dragging the wave, trying to survive this lane, but that is first blood. He's going to deny a full wave of experience.
Yeah, the pure damage Queen of Pain has only comes in at the level 6, right? So 2 points in Berserker's Blood means you get up to 20% magic resist, which really helps to reduce the constant harass from the Queen of Pain. Jenkins said this draft is toxic as hell.
The 1W draft? I was
yeah, which Toronto Tokyo is feeling right now. 3 different slows on him from Poison
They're
Touch.
gonna get the deny, right?
Yeah, he should be killed.
I mean,
that feels bad still. You're out of the lane. 4 slows. There is Venomous Gale, Poison Sting from Plague Ward, Orb of Frost. And
he also has Orb of Frost
Yeah,
and
then the Dazzle.
Orb of... Yeah.
I don't know if there was a blood grenade too, but I mean, you cannot move in this lane.
I mean, this is where it's like, okay, you have a position for Ricky, and he's just going to continue to drag waves. But now that the Venomancer is as strong as he is, you can legitimately zone off both of these heroes by yourself. So I don't know what Mira is going to do from here on out. Like, you know, it is like this hero is really weak. He might just be dead. Okay, yeah, pretty sure he's just dead. Yep, another deny.
Okay, that's the #1 thing holding Venomancer back from Pro Dota. The pros are so good at denies, and you can't really get kills without using Venomous Gale, but then you always get your shit denied. Like, Queen of Pain kind of has that issue, but then, like, she's by herself in the mid lane, you know? So it's not as big of a problem. I think this is one of the biggest issues for core Veno.
It's all right. We're going to see him just continue to put pressure. Toronto, Tokyo.
Ricky's running in
all the way back to his. Ricky's coming. He's going for that deny, baby.
I'm here. No. I'll kill you.
Don't worry, I got you.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't do it.
If this was my pub game, that Ricky's immediately attacking me when that exclamation part goes above my head.
Ollie's on the way to deny. He wants to get in on the action.
Oh,
you're in
I think Ollie's
spot,
just
Ollie.
dead, actually.
Do they have a stun? No.
The bane of 1W's draft. Very little stuns.
You'll have Berserker's Call, which is good later. Rocket is kind of iffy, though. The idea of their draft is not to, like, get a bunch of pickoffs, though. Like, they want to hit a strong timing and just walk up to buildings. And that forces Aurora to engage you. So you don't need to stun them. You just take their buildings or kill them when they defend. But you have to be doing well in the lanes. And you have to build a big lead to actually do that. So far, going okay. 3 of their lanes all farming quite well.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I thought he had already used Blink on mid lane. I was going to say, you're getting to a point now where all of your lanes are going to start going the way of 1W because they're forcing the potential of a tri-lane or additional supports bottom just to try and bail out, you know, this situation. It's leaving Axe to solo in the top lane, which we've seen what happened when Triple S gets to, like, just kind of free farm. And Huskar is already completely dumpstering the Queen of Pain mid. He's already over 1,000 gold ahead. He has as many denies as she has last hits.
Sweet Strong is just over here. He's got nothing to do top. Axe is just creep cutting. You got to cancel that TP. This tower should fall pretty soon here.
Yeah, I mean, the moment this armlet is online, the tower is dead. Good fort here, but the catapult is alive, and with this, he will just continue to force the objective. Bottom, they're looking to try and pressure for this Wisdom Shrine. I think Sweden Strong he's just toying with him, but he knows he's dead. He's just forcing as much time out of them as possible. Shallow Grave, hold up. TP out. There's no way. All right. So Ollie will get the Shrine. They lose the Gyro. Yeah.
I respect the play because you do have Plague Ward, so if you can get there and set up early, it's a little hard to contest. Which it was, right? They had to, like, bring in so many heroes to do that. You don't quite get the steal, and in fact, you even lose your Gyrocopter. But at the same time, it means there's no help in the mid lane, so Squadix is continuing to work down this tower. And then Axe is also farming quite well up top. Oh, so is Nightfall, actually. I would have thought you would be ahead.
Perfectly fine, yeah.
The Axe would be ahead, but yeah, Nightfall doing well here. Going for a Maelstrom this game, actually. I knew this guy would.
Interesting. Okay, I mean, this is an older build. He also went the Frost DK, which is kind of cool into the Huskar. Not something we see all that often. Like, a lot of times it's just Corrosive Dragon because it typically is the best. But when you're playing into something like a Huskar and a Dazzle, it seems pretty value.
Yeah, Queen of Pain can also help pick up the slack in terms of right-click damage, right? She's one of those mids that does a little bit of both.
Sweden Strong? Might be in some trouble here. The slow should be enough to let Mira get in range. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Mid tower
Alright,
falls at the
mid
same
tower's
time,
gone.
though.
That's that armlet.
Armlet's ready. This is part of the speed run strat. You just run at towers and armlet toggle them. I think Squadix is gonna go for that.
Top now, right? I feel like he can just take top if he wants and fight them.
Yeah, I think you probably have a read that
as well.
Dragon Knight's the only one doing well, you know? So if you can come gank him and kill him.
Ollie is certainly dead. That will be the... Ooh, trying to get the Coaling Blade. There's the deny. Okay. No Coaling Blade. Bottom lane. Big kill comes out. They managed to take down the Venomancer. Toronto Tokyo will barely survive as he TPs out to the fountain. So good rotation in from
Dire's
Makoto.
top tower is under attack.
As the downside of Venomancer, he's a pretty squishy hero. It's 824 health, so
Dire's top
nearly
tower.
half of his life is taken out by Sonic Wave.
Yeah.
As the carry, it feels bad.
Radiant's bottom tower
Just
is
heard a
under
Dragon
attack.
Tail. Oh, it was there. Okay. I mean, that's too deep. There's no way you chase for that one. But two towers now. Trying to make space for the Venomancer bottom, for sure, like you said. He kind of just wants some time to farm up. I am curious what the build is going to be. I know a couple people have been experimenting with the carry Venomancer. It's not like this is a completely unheard of thing that we've never done before, but I do think this is a good potential for the hero.
It was briefly amazing when I think it was Shiva's, right, that applied like 3 different debuffs.
Yeah.
And people were doing that and like one-shotting people. You'd get like a Hex and just one-shot people with the amount of debuff
it was
you applied
blank
in the
Hex,
bonus.
Shivas, and a Scotty.
Yeah,
Kill the hero immediately.
Yeah, they fixed that. The one hero that needed to be adjusted for Venomancer. So it's been fixed. It's not as good, but I have still seen it. The issue is like the scaling is just awkward compared to a usual carry. It takes time because like you need the Ags, but the Ag's not a debuff itself. So you need a bunch of other items on top of the Ags, and you actually need damage for it to like be relevant. Because it's base damage per debuff. So like you need a bunch of different things. Once you get there, it's pretty good. I still think you kind of fall off compared to other carries. But there's a good tempo there, especially if you've got a Huskar in the mid lane, right? Like that's your game plan is to play pretty fast, win this game around like that 20 to 30 minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, he's a universal hero. He's going Hurricane Pike for a little bit of mobility in the attack range. Also, just genuinely very good against a Riki, having a Force Staff of any kind, and this is a hero that wants to have that. Bottom lane. All right, they do manage to find the Dazzle. Now, Huskar did come down for this. And Munkushi might just bait a little bit more. Toronto Tokyo, pretty slow, but it looks like Squadx just gonna pop that armlet, start getting to work on the tower, and that's what you want. You take away the map, start shrinking that for the side of Aurora.
I mean, you certainly can. This looks so out of place with the text. This looks like a meme. You can't force kills, right? Because you're lacking in crowd control. And the times you do, you might get denied, right? Like Venomancer should actually have a better start right now. He should have 2 kills and he should be 6K with everyone else. But that's the downside of the enemies being able to deny each other. They are stealing away this ancient stack, though.
Oh, that hurts. They don't know this. Okay, now they know this happens. Like, there's the scan. I was like, they were completely oblivious to this, but that stack is completely gone. That is a lot of golden XP going into their way. Squadx now with most of his Sanj and Yasha completed.
Radiant are scanning.
At that point, once you have the SNY, I think he wants to play around a Blink Dagger and then look for Roshan.
Death's bounty.
I'm really curious because, like, someone needs to get the Blink. Like, Blink Silence is so necessary on the Huskar. It basically allows him to kill the Queen of Pain. But see the smoke.
Are scanning.
Looking for a Nightfall here. Behind the tower. He will be in a good spot. What a good scan. I like the perfect, like the last possible second for that scan to connect without him dying.
Still
Radiant's middle
here,
tower is
but
under attack.
once again, without stuns and initiation, it's quite awkward. Axe is getting close to a blink, but he doesn't have it yet.
Aurora's coming to fight, and well, you are in a really rough spot. They get the shallow grave off. He's trying his best, gets the silence, gonna put a lot of damage out, but he's dead. A 2-for-1. And well, Dazzle. Okay, they don't have the stun in time. He'll make that TP out.
They felt too pressured because it's 3 heroes running around smoke for so long. You know, you really want something for that time commitment, but it's given Aurora all the time in the world to react, right? So here's the Huskar jumping in support, usually easy kill. Oh, turns out there's 4 or 5 other heroes here now, you know? So he has to spend most of his time just running out of the smoke screen, which is where smoke screen is kind of good, right? Versus this Huskar. Armlet toggles, keep him alive for a little bit, but with this many sources of damage coming in, it's really hard to keep that going.
He needed to silence on the Huskar when he jumped in. I don't know how Munkushi got there, but he's dead. Oh, killing a couple couriers, I guess. But the thing is, like, he jumped in on the Huskar and he held his silence for some reason. I'm not sure why, but he could have clipped the... He actually would have hit the Warlock with the silence, preventing the Golem, and it might have clipped the Riki, because the Riki was very close. If he goes in with the silence, there's a decent chance he actually survives there.
Munkushi killed Centaur over 12 seconds is what he was doing there, and then he killed 2.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Dying for it, though. Not sure if it's worth it in the end. Pretty funny, though.
Dude, is Riki going to get the kill on an Arma toggle? Oh, okay. Dazzle's here. Never mind.
If you can do it once, it's worth it, right? Like, any death on Huskar really hurts his momentum. You have some wiggle room, so like that one fight top is really not great, but you know, you can still kind of fix it. If you got killed while randomly jungling, absolute disaster.
Yeah. I mean, that's the Mjolnir done on the Dragon Knight, which is that really big farming item that he needs. It does give him a lot of damage output in fights as well, so we'll see what he can do. Yeah, so he's just gonna go the kind of the more standard auto attack carry Dragon Knight. So, oh, never mind. Switch back for a Blink Dagger. He had the Dragon Lance queued up, but gonna go for the Blink.
I think you need someone to be able to make plays because there's too many heroes you need to find, right? Like you need to kill the Dazzle. You also need to maybe like if you want a shot at killing Huskar, you're gonna have to jump him before he gets like all his different abilities off and try to burst him, especially with the Sonic Wave. Right? Maybe you want to interrupt Axe. If you want to kill Venomancer, you're going to need to get close to him, right? If you try to just walk forward, you'll never make it to this guy. He will kite you forever.
This is the timing on Aurora. The shard on the Riki is pretty much the only thing that they need to guarantee kills. So they're chasing after Sweet and Strong here. The jump in. It should be enough. He gets the shallow grave off just in time. He's gonna get healed up from this. And now the turn back around. Venomancer is here. The jump in. The Golem gets dropped, but your Huskar, he's completely isolated again. Oh my goodness. Call down coming through, but all of this stuff's just coming in a little bit too late. They look for Makoto. They don't have it. Looking for Mira now. He's quite low. The dunk doesn't get the kill. It's actually Munkushi on the Venomancer, as this Dragon Knight is just doing so much work on the outskirts. 2 heroes dead. And Aurora feeling very good about that one.
You see that 1W is doing a lot of damage, but you can't easily focus down one hero. And so it's being scattered across everybody, which means you only end up with a Riki kill. Whereas you look at the other side, Huskar jumps in, they all focus down the Huskar, kill him off immediately. Part of the issue is that Grave got used on Swedenstrong to save him here. That we'll see in this clip right here. Barely makes out of the smoke screen, seems cool. And I think if you just disengage here, it's fine, but they try to turn around, but there's no Grave for the Huskar here, which kind of defeats the purpose of that combo.
Yeah, he jumps in, they just stampede stomp him, and he's dead, right? Like, if you have a Grave, it's really good. The other thing as well, this is is where it's like if you have a blink dagger on the Huskar, maybe it's different instead of like the S and Y. Like if you rush the blink this game, you probably find more pickoffs earlier, and you could try and snowball to your next item. He has it now. Okay, so he did go back for the blink. I think he's realizing after that last fight, the blink dagger is pretty much the one thing he needed. I'm also a little bit surprised they waited on the Roshan that long. I thought they were going to get it at around like 15 and a half, 16 minutes.
It's a little bit more common nowadays. It used to be like as soon as you got Armlet, you went and did Roche. But I think a combination of Roche being a little harder to do, plus the timings on Huskar are different. Now it's really common to see Huskars want an extra item or two before they do Roche, because it's easier to actually make use of your power. Like, okay, I've got Armless Aegis, and I have to slowly work down a tier 2 tower. You know, it's like, it doesn't feel like the most efficient use. Like, oh, I'll go kill people. Oh, I can't. You know, I just gotta like walk at them. So that's why you usually get the blink first, or like BKB, Sanj, Yasha, whatever the combo is, because it makes it faster to do what you want once you have that Aegis power. So I don't mind the later Aegis. I think that earlier fight, though, has killed the momentum, because this is a Huskar lineup, a very tempo lineup with that Venomancer carry. You just got Aegis, and you're actually 2k behind. So that's not really where you want to be with this type of draft. I think the next 5 minutes really have to go your way. Otherwise, Aurora is just going to scale a little bit more naturally with the heroes they've got. Especially someone like Warlock support, right? He's just such a good team fighter, such a good late game support. On the other hand, you've got Gyrocopter support and Dazzle support. You know, like these aren't the greatest scalers in the game.
They saw the Riki, so they know he's there. They'll take the Tormentor. It's gonna go to Squad X. Okay, that's a pretty decent one since he has the Blink Dagger. It's not the best. I think you might have preferred quite a few other options, but do they all have shards? No, like none of them. Interesting.
Gyro has his, so that's why he's in contention. I guess he just happened to be the lowest net worth core. Now they're pretty even now that he's got the shard. But that doesn't feel great, actually. Like, as you see him get it, you're like, you know, Huskar is usually picked to be dominating the game right now, so you're usually at the top. The fact that Venomancer and Axe are both ahead of him is a little worrisome.
I mean, it's decent cooldown reduction. Goes from 11 to 8 seconds, so you will have like more uptime on the inner fire, potentially like silencing or slowing heroes.
See, Manta almost done for the Venomancer. And I don't think you really need to wait for BKB on Huskar. You have 2 minutes of Aegis time, but they haven't really done that much with it.
Yeah, I mean, your Veno is still strong. He's got his Manta now, which is a pretty big pickup. But I agree. I think you need to start taking more of these tier 2 towers. So the bottom lane, it looks like, is the next one in their site. They've got some good vision planted here. And Venomancer is keeping mid pushed as well, so they could sweep from one lane to the next. No, they're gonna smoke.
Killed. They just finished the pipe on Axe, so they're ready to go. And now the courier direction kind of reveals where the Venomancer was at, as if he wasn't just placing wards now anyways. But also killing that Manta is nice. They go find a Queen of Pain. No stuns though. Can they do this?
The missile? The missile stun! Oh my gosh. The call into the fray, like the perfect timing missile. No way.
Literally every crowd control they have to finish that.
We got him.
Oh, I guess they don't have the, they could have had Hex.
Another courier about to die.
Yeah,
this is This is Ricky gameplay. Why go Exterminator, honestly? You should just have the other one.
Well, even without their couriers, they're still going to work down this tier 2. No Queen of Pain plus 30 seconds of Aegis. Why not? Unfortunately, he's being healed up. He's actually not attacking that fast.
All right. Last tier 2. the thing is, you are 3,000 ahead on Aurora, and you've lost all your towers. Meanwhile, 1W still has all their towers up. Sweden Strong with the Shard doing a pretty decent amount of damage here on over to this Centaur. Call comes through. A lot of damage comes through, but they just don't. They can't finish him off. The pipe just way too much. Venomancer TP's out. Rain now will be forced to shallow grave somebody, but no, they're just gonna lose multiple heroes for this. You're missing both your damage dealers. Neither of them were here for this fight.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
this is looking better and better for Aurora. They never gave a huge lead. They're losing towers, but that's actually what you need to do. Because if you try to engage at the towers, you're going to lose to the stronger heroes. So every time they push up to a tower, you split off, you farm everywhere, you delay as much as you can, like do whatever creep cutting you can, and drag this game out. They then even find some good fights, they get some good denies, and that's put them in this situation now. Where, yeah, they're trying on the Centaur, but he's pretty tanky. Has his pipe, working towards his Ags nice and early.
Yeah, Venomancer was just not close enough, and you're approaching from a really weird angle, so it's just not going to pay off. It just doesn't really work out. Very close. It's stunning the TP out on the Dazzle there, but not quite.
I think you have like one more window here on 1W to find some good fights and pull this game back with this BKB on Huskar. After this, I think the game is going to get out of control for another 30 minutes until you make it to that ultra late game where things get wild and, you know, anything could happen. You've also bought the gem on Dazzle, so if you lose a fight and lose that gem, you're so far behind at that point. Like, you're not going to have vision, you're not going to see the Ricky, all your momentum has been broken, right? The tempo, Veno carry, the tempo, Huskar pick, right? Everything will have been lost. It already kind of feels that way. I'm going to be real. But I think there's one more shot here.
I mean, yeah, you're 8K behind. Like, the Queen of Pain is absolutely becoming a huge issue. Like, she's pulled away from her lane opponent that she was getting absolutely destroyed by earlier. And SquadX might just be dead top. He is so far in alone. Gyro's trying to get here. He goes for the blink away, but there's going to be the Stampede. They're chasing for him, and he will BKB TP.
The Nightfall.
I mean, that's your first BKB. Like, right? Like, that's not a good feeling. You traded one creep wave for your BKB.
And 4 heroes rotating in that
Stampede,
area.
yeah.
You know, something. No, it does not feel very good. Especially as Dragonite's BKB is now being delivered, so he is ready to go. He went the Ice Dragon this game, which has worse scaling than the usual Green Dragon, but versus the Huskar, it's pretty good. Versus the Dazzle healing, makes a lot of sense why he went for it. And he's rich enough where it won't matter that much, right? He's just gonna have more gold than the enemy team at this point.
Yeah, we'll see what they can get done. I mean, Venomancer is loading up on stats here, trying to get to the Scotty and the Lincolns. He needs about like 1,600 more gold for a Scotty. So it's going to be a little while, but...
Roche, kind of a longer spawn, favoring Aurora. I think it's still a little hard to fight around the Roche pit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not, actually. Maybe it's swapped already over to Aurora. I mean, you got, like, Warlock, you got the Ricky Smokescreen. Those are really good. And then the Sonic Wave. As long as you get a good Fatal Bond, Sonic Wave should win you the fight.
This is a decent smoke. The problem was they had to wait for their Huskar to catch back up. He's going to just clear mid. And they will now get nothing with this. Oh, what in the world is that?
Who's the hero who's not usually in the game?
Dire are scanning.
Ricky.
Causing that effect. Ricky or, like, Veno?
I don't know.
Some combination. Oh, Well, you can't even get Roche off that smoke because it's still not up. 30 more seconds to go. Aurora knows the max time is approaching, so they're smoking over themselves, heading over, seeing if they can get the rune, though it's actually bottom. A nice scouting with the skeletons.
Both teams know Roche not up at the moment. I mean, you have Venomancer wards in pretty decent spots here, but if you catch Rain, oh yeah, they got him. That is a great hero to open the fight on. 45 seconds, does not have buyback. And that should just mean Roshan for Aurora.
Yeah, they were not expecting that.
Huge problem for 1W.
They thought Aurora would come from the mid lane. Oh, area though. They're gonna find Sweden strong now too.
They just guess, like they just blink, they just run in with a blink stomp. They're gonna be able to get themselves a kill onto this axe as well. Stampede comes through, stomp connects, Force Staff definitely not enough. 3 now dead. This lack of stuns is starting to become apparent.
This is why this draft is very much
Oh
for
my
the game.
God.
Oh, another courier. Mira's doing it, man. He's making this work. Really though, why didn't he go the other facet?
That's what I'm saying. I think the other facet is actually better. Like Exterminator, I think for the longest time everyone liked because it gives you the ability to like actually kill creeps, but nowadays when you play Ricky, it's like you go Shard Atos and you just like kill couriers and wards. Like that's all you do.
Oh, don't forget the banner.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I do think this is where 1W is a relatively new team with the players. I think we're kind of seeing where the experience of, like especially Mira and Toronto Tokyo, very veteran players, TI winners, right? And you navigate some of these difficult situations like a last pick Huskar or avoiding them and taking the right fight, like give up the right amount of space, but still find farm. I think that's where they have been coming out ahead over 1W as time has gone on throughout this series.
Yeah.
And it's looking to have secured them game 3 as, they get this Aegis. They are maybe getting the next Tormentor. They're at a 10K
They definitely seem like they started a little bit on edge today. And like now those kind of like nerves are gone. Like they just seem much more calm in their movement and their plays. Whereas 1W, it kind of feels the opposite here.
I also think their drafts improved throughout the series. It made their life easier.
I do think the Huskar not going the early Blink Dagger is legitimately what killed their momentum. I don't think you can play Huskar mid into heroes like Queen of Pain or, Warlock or Ricky and stuff like that without having a Blink Dagger to just like blink silence and kill a hero. Because like, who else on your team initiates? Axe goes auras from the off lane. And you have no stuns.
I kind of agree. With that said, I also think it was sort of okay. But then that top play happened when they were like 500 gold away from Blink on Axe, who could now finally initiate for you. And they ended up in a super deep play where, the Huskar died and they lost a lot of momentum around that. Like, I think that was still a tipping point where Aurora had been doing a good job avoiding, but, it's still Huskar, right? And if he finds a big fight, he's going to start snowballing. But they end up winning the fight. So kind of a combination. Maybe it's easier to get pickoffs and snowball sooner with that faster blink. If you are just a bit more patient and play around your axe, could also work. Now you've got to take a very defensive game from here. You got to let Venomancer continue to scale up. He needs to get the Aghanims. He has his Scotty at this point. So a lot of debuffs from that hero when you throw the Hurricane Pike on. Unfortunately, got Gale Guard. I don't think that's the greatest neutral. I didn't see what his options were, but usually you want something with another debuff on it.
Yeah. But smoked up from Aurora, seeing what they can find. I mean, if they get the kill onto Huskar, like this game is
Radiant's bottom tower is
kind of over. Like he bought out.
Yeah, you gotta drag this out a bit. You need Venomancer 20 and Ag.
Good blink away. He chases actually so deep. He has the BKB. He's going to turn, has Satanic as well, but he's just getting completely crushed by this Dragonite. He's healing not at all. He also is just going to walk him into the fountain. Sonic Wave just barely doesn't connect. So for now, he's all right. Nightfall now maybe overcommitting a little bit too far as Munkushi just slowing him up as well. And that's the benefit of the Frost DK.
This is where you need that. You need the Ags and the level 20 talent. It's going to be like minimum of 50% damage increase to Venomancer's right click. So you really need that right now. So they just have to keep delaying. He needs 2,000 more gold for that courier. And by that point, he should be level 20 with that 50 base damage talent, which means he'll be close to 300 base damage. And then depending how many debuffs, it's 10% per debuff, right? You can easily be looking at like 400 to 500 right click from the Venomancer. So that's quite a lot. You got to get there first, though. Aurora keeping the pressure on, trying not to let that happen. Mira especially hates couriers, keeps looking for them. It's currently killed Venomancers.
Radiant are scanning.
Triple S trying to delay stuff. He's got his Helm of the Dominator, Dragon Creep Waves. There's a massive one in the mid lane now.
Hell yeah. We love that.
Give it to Venomancer. He needs it.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1,000 gold away now. It's close.
Honestly, I don't know if you should be farming near him. You should just let him get this. And then again, it's not like you only need his Ags and then you win. You still kind of need your other heroes to scale as well, so.
Yeah. Remember how earlier you're like, oh, you better not lose that gem?
Yeah.
Well, Ricky bought his own gem. So he's like, whatever, I'll just do it myself.
I was hoping to steal it away, but still pretty good. You can make sure your team has the vision advantage. It's got a blink on the Ricky as well, so tough to kill him.
He went the greedy enchantment. The hero, he literally does negative damage on raw auto attacks now. It's like,
he's not a damage support.
He does like 11 damage to creeps.
That's all he needs. He shouldn't be farming as an invis hero anyways, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why go Exterminator anymore on this hero? Just go the other facet. He'd have like usually 1,000 bonus XP at this point from that facet.
Okay, when it was meta, it was the idea that Exterminator was better to secure range creeps in lane.
Yeah.
And when you did farm, it was better for that. But yeah, the way he's been playing.
God.
Ring around the rosy. They didn't see him?
So funny.
No way.
I actually don't know how this is possible. Okay, they see him now. Force Staff trying to maneuver his way out of this one, but it is definitely not going to happen. Drops the call down. I mean, he's doing a good amount of damage to Mira, but not enough to get the kill. They're going to TP across the map here. They do have that shrine to be able to put the pressure in. Squad X might be getting baited here, and he's definitely getting baited. Shallow Grave does come out. Nice ultimate there from the Venomancer, but a great jump in from the Centaur. Stomp onto two. The Venomancer completely stuck. He's dead. They take down the Axe as well as the Huskar. That's just game. You have no buyback on these heroes.
He finally got the Ags on the Venomancer, but that was just not the fight you needed. This untargetable smokescreen from Ricky has been doing a lot of work this game. Though even more than that, I think correctly maneuvering around the Huskar is probably what truly won Aurora this game. And now it's just, you know, we have the more straightforward draft, Ricky support aside, so the fights are easier. We just go for buildings. Once the creeps eventually get here, Dazzle trying to drag him around with a courier. This is a pretty good delay tactic. They're trying to get through this.
I mean, you're so far behind now.
What even gave?
I mean, we're seeing. The thing is Sweden Strong legitimately is so much of their team fight damage as well, with like the call down secondary strikes, the missile damage. Like he does do quite a bit, so not having him here as well as the fact that he's one of your 2 stuns. But yeah, Toronto Tokyo, what an insane jump in. Stomp onto probably 2 of the best targets you could ask for. BKB from Nightfall, just throw him in the cart. No one can hit him. Can they hold 28,000 behind?
Radiant are scanning.
I think your best shot was prior to losing barracks, where you take a successful high ground hold. Now that it's been breached, it's getting extra hard. Of course, you play it out because you'd love to get a series win here. But your heroes just don't scale all that well.
Oh god, Huskar needs so much help. He gets the BKB Satanic, but again, the healing reduction from this Dragon Knight is just too much. Venomancer stands no shot at all. Up onto the high ground, they continue to chase forward dead. It's about to be a 5th. There's the GG Aurora. They dropped in game number 1, but they come back so clean in game numbers 2 and 3. They get themselves the victory, and they'll advance to tomorrow.